Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be very exciting because I have here the side-by-side nude palette Baby, the new eyeshadow palette by Nabla. I'm going to be trying it out. I'm going to give you my first impression thoughts. And I also have here the Nabla Viper lip mask. This is their lip mask that they came out with, I think, pretty recently, a few weeks ago. And I thought it would be an interesting one to throw in this video as well. So yeah. Let's get into it. So the original side-by-side nude palette is one of my favorite palettes in my collection, and I think it's a huge favorite for Nabla itself as well, like for the brand. I think that is probably their most loved palette. And that's why I was really excited to see that they were coming out with a mini version of it. And the mini version is a very like mauve inspired, like the packaging is similar but smaller and then in a mauve color like this. And this time around we have 9 shades. We have 6 matte shades with, I believe, different kinds of mattes for Nabla. And then we have 3 shimmers which each have a different texture. We have a satin, we have a celestial shade, and we have a super metallic foil shade. So this color story, I was a bit unsure. I thought it was gonna lean pretty warm, but I would say it mostly leans like cool brown and then mauve. It is not as warm as it seemed in some photos, as you will see in the swatches. I'm pretty excited to try this one out because it does have different colors than the original palette, except like this bottom row seems pretty similar to what we had before. I'm gonna grab the bigger palette to like do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison. Alright, so in the original side-by-side nude we have 16 shades. And we have grays, we have red browns, we have cool browns, and then we have kind of like slightly rosy leaning light shades at the top. So what I really love about this palette, and what I think a lot of people love about this palette, is these different rows that give you a totally different vibe, different look. Like it's nude but it goes in different directions. And then let's see if I can hold this up next to it. The baby one is a little bit more pink. It's still nude, but it's definitely pinker than the shades that we have in the original palette. We do have a black, we do have some browns. Like there's some overlap, but it's also really different in tone, and it does really follow the theme that we see by looking at the packaging. Is very mauve-y. Then we also have the Nabla Viper lip mask. This has really cool packaging. There's 15 milliliters in this container. It's pretty like big. It's not something you just throw in any purse. Like it's something to have in your makeup stash. And it has this little lid on top of it, which I do like. It smells very much like oils, like maybe jojoba oil, or it smells very much like you would expect from a lip mask. It doesn't have anything to kind of scoop it, so I would just scoop it with like the back of my nail. It says it's a gentle, deep, moisturizing lip mask with a smoothing and plumping effect. Doesn't say the ingredients on here. Let's see. It has mimosa, sunflower, and jojoba waxes, so you can definitely like smell that in there. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on my lips because my lips are very dry, and I am hoping this is gonna save them, like get them through this winter. This is what it looks like. Very similar to what we usually see. Feels nice. There's something maybe a little sticky about it, but not uncomfortable. I would say I applied a bit too much. Yeah, it does feel like something that's gonna stay on. Like you're gonna feel it after you've worn it for like a night. You have slept, you wake up, you're probably still gonna feel a little bit of this on your lips. But I'm gonna be trying it out. At least I'm gonna let this sit for like the duration of me applying the eyeshadow. Alright, I did a little bit of a zoom. Gonna apply some eye primer because I forgot to do that before. Okay, so I want to see how much different, like how much of a different look can I get with this palette? How pink can it get? Because it is like a hint of pink. It's not super mauve. It's definitely pretty nude still. So I think I really want to dip into the matte here on the top. I want to go into this one and this one, like the lighter one first and the deeper one, and kind of see what kind of look we can get from that. So I'm just taking a bit of a like fluffy but not too big crease brush for the shade Virtus. Let's see. I do think that this is gonna be the eyeshadow launch probably of Nabla of the year. Like, they usually do about one bigger eyeshadow launch a year, and I'm excited that we have more of the side-by-side nude collection, but on the other hand I'm kind of like sad that there's not gonna be a bigger palette, because those always get me really excited. The last one was Read My Mind, and that's been a while. That was quite a while ago that was released. So this shade is looking really nice. I'm gonna take something to blend that out, because I feel like I just need to blend out the edges. And of course I shouldn't forget my other eye. I would almost forget. This shade is really powdery in the pan, but there's not really fallout on the eye. So then I can forgive that. And I don't mind as much. But I can imagine if you're traveling with this and it's like being powdery all over, that could get annoying. And usually I don't pay that much attention to it, but a mini palette, I feel like then I kind of think about travel and those options a bit more, like if that would work. Okay, I like the shade, I like the blend of it. It is pinky, mauvey, pretty cute. I'm just gonna take that same brush and I'm gonna take the shade Baby over here and I'm gonna deepen that up. And let's see how much of a difference in depth we're getting with this. We do have a black in the palette, so the options are there to get something really like smoky and very out there, but I personally don't really dip into blacks and I don't really review blacks. I kind of ignore them in the palette. I pretend they are not there, and if I talk about an eyeshadow palette and how much I like it, I am never talking about the black. I don't use them. I just don't do it. I'm not doing that to myself. It's just not something I enjoy on myself. I just know that it looks bad on me. So yeah. Okay, this is getting pretty blown out. Maybe I should have grabbed a smaller brush. We still have to blend. I don't want any harsh lines. But I still think it looks good. I just have to clean up a little bit in the end. So that is the blend so far. I am now just gonna grab a shimmer and see. I am gonna go for the shade Full Moon. I really want to try the Celestial shade because I usually really love those. And I just think that looks really pretty. Okay. I love this kind of wet effect that these give. Really pretty. And I'm just blending that a little bit into the crease because I do like the way that looks. Alright, that's really cute. I think I'm gonna go into the shade Sunny Blanche. Sunny Blanche? Blanche. And I'm gonna apply that more towards the inner part of the crease. This is supposed to be the super shiny metallic. I don't know if that would be the first thing to come to mind, but it does brighten up the look. Yeah, it's a pretty cute shimmer. I do like it for the palette. But it's not something I feel like I don't have anywhere else. I want to try the shade To Me, the really light peachy one. I want to try that in my inner corner just to see if it's light enough to be a matte inner corner. I don't know if it's giving me what I want. It's light enough, but I don't know if it's pigmented enough. Well, that looks pretty cute. I think I'm just gonna apply a little bit of the shimmer on top. Kind of mix that together. I think I am gonna take a little bit of the shade Flemish. I'm gonna put that in the crease, but like pretty precisely. And I want to see if I can deepen up the look a little bit over here. Oh, that's nice. That is what I was missing in my life. That's really nice. Okay, that's tying everything together so nicely. And once again, I'm gonna take the fluffy brush and kind of go over it, go over the edges. Okay, I want to do something for the lower lash line. I think I want to go into the shade, I'm gonna go into the shade Tender, the satin shade. And I'm gonna apply that to the lower lash line. I usually don't go into a shimmer first on the lower lash line, but I saw this tip on TikTok that you can put a little bit of a like mid-tone shimmer on the lower lash line if you don't love shadow on the lower lash line. And sometimes I do like shadow on the lower lash line, but sometimes it can be a bit much for me. I feel like sometimes it drags my eye down a little bit. I don't know. This still seems pretty dark. I'm gonna take a little bit of the lighter shimmer and I'm gonna put a little bit of that kind of in the middle here. Yeah, to brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I feel like that's better. Okay. This, I think, is gonna be my finished eye look. I used all of the shades except the black. Or, oh no, I didn't use Dada. Okay, I will use a little bit of Dada. We'll use it a little bit over here. Just a little. Can't say a lot about it, but I think it works. Alright, and this is gonna be the eye look. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else. I'm just gonna do the rest of my makeup, clean up under my eyes, and I'll be right back with my first impression thoughts. Okay, it is time to take off my lip mask. And let's see if my lips are any more hydrated, because they were dry. They do feel pretty good. I've only had this on for like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So I really have to use it more to really be able to tell you if it's good, but so far it feels good. Alright, let's use the Nabla Close-Up Lip Shaper in the shade Nude 1. So that is the lip liner. It's lighter than my lips, but we're gonna see if we can make it work. I wanna use the Flower Nose lipstick from their new ballerina collection, like Ballet collection. This is the shade 02 Mary Jane. And that was gonna finish off this look. This is the end result. I cannot say much about the lip mask just yet. It feels nice, but it's a bit soon to tell. The side-by-side nude palette Baby, I do have to say that I got a look that I would not have gotten from the bigger side-by-side palette. I mean, this is definitely much more mauvey. It's definitely much more pinky. Without being overly pink, it does give you that look, does give you the result. I so far really like it. I like the way it looks. I do feel like, even though it's really pretty, it's not like the most interesting thing I've ever tried, but it could still become a staple. Like, I think a lot of people are actually really gonna like it, and I feel really pretty, but I don't know if it's as special, if it's as different, and if it's gonna take up a place in my collection that is similar to the original side-by-side. It's really not that I don't like it. I do really like it. It is just, it doesn't have the same vibes and the same versatility, I think, as the bigger palette. And I think that is why I was immediately excited about that one. Okay, this is gonna be everything for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And then I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.